Ancient Egyptian contributions to the world.
Ancient Egypt was a civilization that flourished and thrived along the Nile River in northeastern Africa for thousands of years, from its beginning in 2700 BC to its decline in 1050 BC. During this time, the ancient Egyptians made many contributions to the world that continue to impact us today.
One of the most famous contributions to the ancient Egypt is its architecture and engineering. The ancient Egyptians were masterful architects and engineers, and their buildings demonstrate their advanced knowledge of geometry and mathematics. The ancient Egyptians built a variety of structures, including towering pyramids, massive temples, and elaborate tombs. The most famous of these structures is the Great Pyramids of Giza, which were built over 4,500 years ago and are still considered one of the seven wonders of the world. Another famous structure is the Great Sphinx of Giza. It is a colossal limestone statue of a mythical creature with a lion's body and a human head. Ancient Egypts were also skilled farmers and irrigation engineers. They developed complex systems for farming and watering crops around the Nile River. Another significant contribution of ancient Egypt is its art and culture. Egyptian hieroglyphics were one of the world's first writing systems. They believed in complex systems of gods and goddesses, and their art often depicted these deities. These deities often had the head of an animal and the body of a human. These ancient Egyptians were skilled artists and craftsmen. Their art can be seen in many paintings, sculptures, and other objects that have been discovered from this time period. Egyptian painting has a distinctive style. People are drawn in an uninformed way. Egyptian paintings, people's heads and legs were always seen from the side. However, their upper body and shoulders are shown straight on. Important figures such as pharaohs appear huge in comparison to others, especially servants or conquered people. Egyptian animals are usually drawn realistically.
The ancient Egyptians were also known for their advancements in medicine. Common materials used for treatment ranged from plants to several animal products and minerals. The ancient Egyptians developed many treatments and remedies that were ahead of their time, and they were one of the first civilizations to use surgeries to treat injuries and illnesses. The first evidence of surgery dates back to ancient Egypt around the 2700 BC. They had a deep knowledge of and treated dental, gynecological, gastrointestinal, and urinary disorders. There were teeth implants in ancient Egypt. Archaeologists often find mummies with teeth transplants and ivory teeth. In 2500 BC, ancient Egyptians tried stabilizing teeth using wires made of gold. Also, diabetes and cancer were able to be diagnosed. Here, this papyrus shows an ophthalmologist that was treating a patient. In addition to their contributions to architecture, art, culture, and medicine, the ancient Egyptians also made important advancements in mathematics and astronomy. They discovered decimals, fractions, the number zero, negative numbers, and estimated the value of pi. They had an understanding of solid geometry and of physics and used it in their construction. The designers of the Great Pyramid of Khufu used a mathematical formula that is still being used millennia later, called the Golden Ratio. Ancient Egyptians used their knowledge of these subjects to create accurate calendars and to predict the movements of the stars. The Egyptian calendar is the first known solar calendar in history and consisted of 365 days divided into 12 months. They also named the constellation. The ancient Egyptian temple in Esna is decorated with several astronomical scenes. One of them is the circumpolar constellation, the Big Dipper, and is in the shape of a bull's leg. It consists of 7 stars and is taped into a stake by a goddess in hippo form. Here are some of the most important inventions from ancient Egypt.
The Egypts learned how to make papyrus, a long-lasting paper-like material, by pressing leathers of reeds together and pounding them into sheets. These sheets were tough and durable, yet easy to roll into scrolls. Scribes wrote on papyrus using brushes and ink. The Egypts mixed vegetable gum, soot, and beeswax to make black ink. They replaced soot with other materials such as ochre to make various colors. Cryptographing originated in ancient Egypt. Cryptographing is writing text in the form of codes to protect them. This is the oldest text to incorporate such methods of reading. The ox-drawn plow revolutionized agriculture. Modified versions of this Egyptian invention are still used by farmers in the developing countries around the world. Another one of ancient Egypt inventions are clocks. The ancient Egyptians used a water clock. Another invention credited to ancient Egyptians was the vending machine. These particular coin-operated vending machines spin holy water. In the modern world, vending machines are used everywhere.
Here are some other inventions of ancient Egypt.
Makeup and wigs, toothpaste and breath mint, tables, board games, bowling, and the police. In the New Kingdom era, police were armed with wooden staffs. They guarded public places using trained dogs and monkeys to nab criminals.
Overall, the ancient Egyptians made many important contributions to the world. Their architecture, art, culture, medicine, and other innovations continue to inspire and influence us today.